When the Vikings drafted Garrett Bradbury, number 18 overall, the pride of North Carolina State University, thought was that the Vikings would have their scheme-perfect pivot man for many years to come. But after a bit of a rocky start versus premium competition, Garrett Bradbury has pulled it out and is starting to look like that man, the aforementioned man in the middle for the Vikes for a decade plus. So let's talk about today. Also talk about you subscribing. Come along for Daily Vikings Takes. Almost to 20K subs, baby. Love every single one of you. Jerome's out there. Also, the Jerome's not the like is already in. Helps this channel grow and expand and all that stuff. Also, give us a like and subscription on Twitch as well as on the Facebook as well. So, we talked about how we thought that Garrett Bradbury loved the kid's talent. I thought it was a very smart pick at number 18 overall, even though you don't draft into your offensive line in the first round. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. When you need them, also when they're as talented as Garrett Bradbury, as well as scheme perfect for what you want to do in the outside zone scheme. So, but I did think that he would have a tough go of it out of the gate, mainly because of competition. Also, I mean, you're coming into the NFL out of college, which, you know, ACC, high-level competition, play Clemson, all that stuff. But also, he is undersized in terms of an NFL center at 306 pounds. And yes, 306 pounds in today's NFL is undersized. Do you know how big Linval Joseph is? Do you know how big Akeem Hicks is? So get out of here with all that. Plus, the first 2 weeks of the season, he drew defensive interior monsters like Grady Jarrett of the Falcons, as well as Kenny Clark of the Packers. He was able to miss Akeem Hicks week 4 against the Bears, but also that was his nut low worst game of the season, even without Akeem Hicks in there. But as it bore out, first 4 weeks of the season wasn't great. A little bit of growing pains in there. He allowed 11 pressures as well as had 3 penalties, and also gave up his only sack of the season against the Bears versus the backup. What was his name? Like RRH, something like that. Yeah. But since then, 56, as well as the Vikings offensive line, they've been on a roll. And since week 5, Garrett Bradbury has been PFF's number 10 ranked center in terms of pass blocking efficiency at 98.4%. Also, he's been PFF's number 18th graded center during that time at a 61.9 grade. So he's very easily grown and shown there. And the improvement has been there. You know, beyond just the PFF grades, just the eye test. He just seems more comfortable, more sure of himself out there, and you don't see a lot of the little mistakes out there, as well as you notice that his anchor has gotten a lot better against some of that nose tackle competition where he was getting ragdolled a little bit in preseason, as well as the first stanza of the season as well. Also, I mean, him getting out in space, getting second level, it's already on elite level, and it's one of the reasons why they called him the Grim Reacher coming into the draft, where Vikings, they do want to do that outside zone scheme, and with that, you need interior offensive linemen who are able to get out and move and get out and pull and do all of those things. And Garrett Bradbury is just think back to all the great Dalvin runs. All the long Dalvin runs of the season, and go back and look at the tape and pinpoint where exactly Garrett Bradbury is. He's usually in the thick of things down the field, and it's great. Bradbury is one of the big reasons why the Vikings have gone from dead last, number 32 in the league in rushing last year, to the number 4 rushing team in the league this year with 1,765 yards on the ground, as well as I think they only had 1,485 or somewhere in there rushing yards last year, so they eclipsed that like 2 weeks ago. It happens. Also, Kirk Cousins, we talked about how Kirk Cousins has really stepped up his game. He's having the best season of his career. Well, a big part of that is that the offensive line has greatly improved. He's gone from the number 5 most pressured quarterback in the league last year at 38.9% of his dropbacks, all the way up to 16th most pressured at only 36% of his dropbacks. And a lot of that is the interior. And we mentioned Garrett Bradbury has only given up 1 sack this entire season. Also, his pressures have dropped from, he had 11 in the first 4 games. He's only had 10 since then. So the great improvement on the interior offensive line outside of Pat Elflein is one of the big reasons why Kirk Cousins and this offense has started to really kick things into gear. And you do have to give a lot of credit to Garrett Bradbury, because coming in as center in the NFL, it is a tall order, because like we said, you are going to be going up against man-sized nose tackles, as well as in the case of Garrett Bradbury, you're up there making line calls. So that's a lot of pressure on your plate right away, but he's really taken it in stride, and we love seeing Garrett Bradbury grow, and I think he's going to be a staple for the Vikings interior offensive line for many more years to come. Are your thoughts? Garrett Bradbury, let us know in the old comment section below. Also, subscribe for Daily Vikings Takes. You want to support the work, pull us some in the Venmo. Let's give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skol, production value.